Well, it looks like the fall season started sooner than I had expected. Hello everybody, and welcome to the next series of mini impressions. This is a show where I watch an episode of an anime and give a small video impression about how I felt about it. Today was the release of the very first episode of a show called Kyokai no Kanata, or in English, Beyond the Boundary. It's animated by Kyoto Animation, and if you know anything about them, they are very, very good at animation, especially with some of their more recent stuff, like Free. If you haven't seen Free, they've also done stuff like Clan Ad, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and Lucky Star. And those aren't really that good of examples for good animation, but they are good examples of how popular this company is. And right off the bat, you can see just how smooth and fluid everybody looks in this show. Like, from the very first scene, everyone looks three-dimensional, they look like they're actual people moving, and the animations are just smooth. Very, very good work on their part. The show starts off with a guy named Akihito walking down the street talking to the audience about how his world cannot exist within the realms of our world. So basically he's saying, this is a fantasy. He looks up and he sees this girl with glasses, like, just standing on the side of a building, this huge building, looking like she's about to jump. He rushes up there and tries to talk her down from it, and the next thing he knows, she is backflipped over the fence that she was on the other side of, landed in front of him, and shoved a sword through him. Again, all done very well animated. However, you soon realize there's something abnormal about this guy. He is an immortal. He will not die no matter how much damage is done to him. And he's an immortal because he is a half-breed of human and these beings called Yomu, which from what we've seen in the first episode so far seem to be some kind of spiritual beast or being, primarily malevolent. Apparently he is one of the extremely rare cases of a half-breed, and it's that half-breed a part of him that gives him immortality. However, he does state throughout the episode a few times that he can still feel pain. She stabs him, and it still hurts him. It feels like how it would be to be stabbed, he just doesn't die from it. After the opening sequence, which the animation and everything looked really good, some of the scenery looked beautiful in the opening scene, but the music wasn't really anything special, in my opinion. After the opening sequence, he's in a literary club at his school. Most of this seems to be taking place in a very typical, normal-looking school life setting, which is odd because there's this mystical element to it, which actually makes it very interesting to see these characters in normal school uniforms, not looking like super cool or spiky colored or anything. Just normal sweater vests, coat, and ties and everything, getting into these really cool situations. It turns out ever since that girl stabbed him and found out he's an immortal, she has been continuously trying to kill him, which is a pretty funny way to start the show. She's what the show calls a world spirit warrior. Apparently this is a type of person who, I guess, hunts Yomu, the spiritual beings. And she seems to have taken it upon herself to attempt to kill this guy on a day-to-day basis, because it's gotten to the point where after the opening credits he goes out and he's like, how many times are you going to keep doing this? Apparently the clan that she is from, the clan of World Spirit Warriors, is considered a cursed clan because she has a special ability too. She has the power to manipulate blood, at least from her blood, from what I've seen. And when I say manipulate, what I mean is the sword that she stabbed him with was actually her blood. She had a cut in her hand that she's able to draw blood from and form into a weapon, and that's amazing. And it's probably because they just came off of Free, but my god, that blood effect looks so cool and so real and just beautiful to watch. When you first see the blood coming out of her hand and turning into a sword, it looks so great, just so good, like IMAX quality stuff. And that leads into an action scene which, again, looks so good. It just looks so well animated, and Kyoto Animation, props to you. You guys know what you're doing, and I've only seen a couple of your shows, but my god, you guys know exactly what you're doing. The first episode is primarily just like 1 or 2 days with these two characters, letting us get to know them. And the guy, Akihito, is a kind person, pretty much. He seems to be pretty kind. He acknowledges, he knows that there's something going on in this girl's life, that she's becoming like obsessive about trying to kill him, so he knows that, and he's trying to help her out and get to the center of it. Mirai, the girl, she doesn't want to kill Yomu. She doesn't want to be a World Spirit Warrior, but I'm not positive if she has to because of her powers, but she states that her powers won't let her, pretty much. She says like something along the lines of her powers will not let her go to a normal life. And she also states that she's scared to kill a Yomu because during this episode, one of them, this big beast-looking thing, breaks into a classroom at the end of a fight these two are having, and it looks like this just big old apey monster with a creepy mask face, and she gets scared by it. She is scared of these things, yet she's supposed to kill them. And during a conversation they had during a park scene, it seems like it's not only that she's scared to kill him, but that she doesn't want to take their lives. She doesn't want to, and maybe that's something that is more of an emotional thing for her, which it's always interesting to find a character who's supposed to do something, but it's emotionally like immoral or something to them. So delving into character morals seems like a pretty smart way to go with this. This episode ended with them going to her apartment because he pretty much got it out of her that the reason she doesn't go back to her apartment is because there's a Yomu living there. And she's both scared and doesn't want to kill it. So he's like, come on, I'll take you there and we'll handle this together. And so it ends with this thing starting to form. It looks like a spirit mummy type thing, and all you see is like the wrappings making the head, and it looks like this creepy skull. But then you see flash images of what I'm assuming are going to be future characters popping up throughout this, and some of them are like smiling and whatnot, and maybe they're in on this, maybe, I don't know. But all in all, this seems like it's going to be a very interesting anime. I'm going to have a lot of fun watching this, and this is going to be one of a few anime, that I'm going to be trying to do mini impressions on throughout the series run. According to Anime News Network, this is only supposed to be a 12-episode anime, unless they're going to do another season, which there's no possible way of knowing that at the moment. As far as I know, the only place this is available for streaming legally at the moment is Crunchyroll, and it's going to be simulcasted on Wednesdays at 9:30 a.m. That is, of course, I think for only premium members of the anime subscription. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, then likely non-premium users will be getting these episodes a week later. But I will be putting a link in the description, as usual, to the show's page over on Crunchyroll. So if you do end up wanting to check it out, there's a link there for you. I couldn't find if it was going to be streamed anywhere else, so if you guys know that, where it's legal, please leave a comment. If it's an illegal link, please do not comment that. I will likely delete the comment because, number one, I'm not very supportive of pirating anime because I don't feel it helps. But yes, Beyond the Boundary is looking to be a very good one, and I'm excited to see that, as well as some other ones. The other one I'm going to be taking a look at, hopefully, because I'm pretty sure the episode releases tomorrow, is Kill La Kill by I think the director, and I'm pretty sure the writer of Gurren Lagann. So, I'm excited about that one too. This is looking like it's going to be filled with a lot of good animation this season, that is. So I hope you all enjoy the fall as much as I do, and until next time, peace out.